and a very warm welcome to all of you. I'm Neha Bhardwaj Alter. This is Game On. This is where you get the latest from the world of sports, and we've got to begin with the BCCI and the Indian cricket team because there's so much happening right now and there are so many reports that we have been getting from both the camps. Now, Gautam Gambhir's position as head coach will be reevaluated on the basis of India's Champions Trophy performance next month amid concerns that there is discontent in the dressing room due to his push to end the long prevalent superstar culture in the team. Since Gambhir took over in July last year, the Indian team has lost 6 out of 10 tests and also a bilateral ODI series in Sri Lanka. The results have left Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma's international future in significant disarray thanks to their poor form. But Gambhir's position has also become slightly shaky. Adding to the drama is his speculated rift with prominent players during the Border Gavaskar Test series in Australia, which India lost 1-3. If India doesn't do well in the Champions Trophy, the head coach's position could become untenable. Yes, his contract runs till the 2027 World Cup, but the process of evaluation will continue. A senior BCCI source has spoken on conditions of anonymity to news agency PTI. He's saying that sport is result-oriented, and till now Gambhir hasn't given any tangible results. There's already been a review of the team's performance in Australia by the BCCI. It is understood that Gambhir and senior players aren't on the same page on the issue of team culture. He has come here, this is what one of the sources said, that he has come here to dismantle the superstar culture. And that's what has caused discomfort for some playing members. Now, this is what someone within the BCCI has said. It is also learnt that the head coach was not pleased with how some star players gave specific demands about hotels and practice timings during the tour of Australia. But on the other side, senior players have felt a lack of communication from his end. The BCCI brass is also upset with how Gambhir's personal assistant shadowed the team everywhere in Australia. An irritated official has asked why was his PA sitting in the car specified for national selectors. They can't even discuss things in private with an unknown third person in the car. Why was he allotted space in the BCCI's hospitality box in Adelaide? The other instance was when Gautam Gambhir's PA was seen having breakfast in the cordoned-off area of a 5-star facility, which is just earmarked for the team members. So it's ironic, really, that Gautam Gambhir wants that superstar culture to go, but he himself is not following the rules where he's allowing his personal assistant to be in areas which have been earmarked for the team members. The BCCI is considering a slew of disciplinary measures in the aftermath of India's disastrous tour to Australia as well. That includes limiting the presence of spouses on tours and barring managerial staff of coaches and players from the team bus. The step which could be taken moving forward will limit the presence of wives and other family members on assignments to a maximum of 2 weeks if the tour is 45 days or more. If the duration is less than that, the presence of wives could be limited to a week. In addition, all players might have to use the team bus and not any other vehicle when on assignments. Majority of the players follow this norm, but at times some of them and the support staff use other modes of transportation as well. So as BCCI cracks the whip, Rohit Sharma has returned to domestic first-class cricket to get his rhythm against the red ball back. The embattled Indian captain practiced with the Mumbai team today as the side geared up for the resumption of national championship from January 23rd. The 37-year-old who endured a horror run with the bat in the Border Gavaskar Trophy in Australia recently took part in a morning practice session at the Wankhede Stadium. The past few weeks have been tumultuous for Rohit. He managed just 31 runs across 3 test matches during his time down under and was forced to drop himself from the series, deciding 5th in the final test in Sydney due to his poor form. With his future as a red ball cricketer hanging by a thread, Rohit attended a review meeting on Sunday to assess the team's performance. He was joined by their head coach Gautam Gambhir and BCCI's new secretary, Devajit Saikia, during the deliberations. And in fact, the report that we're talking about has come from those deliberations as well. Mumbai will play Jammu and Kashmir at the MCA BKC ground when the Ranji Trophy resumes from 23rd. The match holds significance for Mumbai to progress to the knockouts. It remains to be seen, though, whether Rohit plays in Mumbai's next match. He last played for Mumbai way back in 2015 against Uttar Pradesh. Now, Delhi and District Cricket Association Secretary Ashok Sharma has urged Virat Kohli to play for Delhi in domestic cricket tournaments, citing the example of Mumbai cricketers. DDCA Secretary says Virat, along with Rishabh Pant, should at least play one game, but also added that they probably won't. According to a report in Indian Express, DDCA Secretary, he said, and I quote, the Ranji Trophy camp is underway and Virat should take inspiration from the Mumbai cricketers and play for Delhi in domestic cricket whenever he is available. In Mumbai, there has always been a culture where their India players turn up for Ranji matches whenever available. It is missing in the north, especially in Delhi. The BCCI has also mentioned players that they should in fact be participating in domestic cricket. And I feel Virat and Rishabh should play at least one game, but I don't think they will. Kohli has been struggling for form for a while now, and even in the Border Gavaskar Trophy, after scoring a century in the second innings of the first test in Perth, he was unable to get big scores after that, and his dismissal highlighted, or number of his dismissals highlighted his weakness outside the off stump. Meanwhile, DDCA President Rohan Jaitley says fit and available, Kohli and Pant should play Ranji Trophy, but there are other factors as well. He said, and I quote, they should play Ranji Trophy, but there are too many moving parts. With the amount of cricket that they are playing, to be at the top of their fitness, they have to be at the top of their fitness. Multiple factors have to be looked at also. Kohli's last appearance for Delhi in the Ranji Trophy came in 2012. Kohli and Rishabh Pant's names are on the Delhi's probable squad for the last two rounds of the Ranji Trophy fixture. This comes amid BCCI's directive that players missing domestic cricket matches during home season must provide a valid reason, which will be reviewed by the NCA or their respective state association. Shubman Gill has also confirmed his availability for Punjab's upcoming Ranji Trophy fixture against Karnataka. Okay, we move on to badminton, and the top stars of Indian badminton are set to unleash their best on home turf as the India Open 2025 kicked off at the Indira Gandhi Arena in New Delhi today. India's badminton star PV Sindhu is excited to return to badminton court at the India Open after a long break following long and arduous campaign at the Paris Olympics in 2024. Sindhu was knocked out in the pre-quarters of that event as she missed out on completing a hat-trick of Olympic medals, having won silver and bronze medals in the previous two editions. The prestigious event, which is part of the HSBC BWF World Tour Super 70 series, has attracted the world's best players, including the likes of Olympic champions Victor Axelsen and Anse Young, among others. More than 200 players from powerhouses of badminton such as India, China, Japan, Denmark, South Korea and Indonesia will be in action in this Indian Open. So as many as 36 India players are set to participate in the tournament. Indian badminton fans will also be hoping that Asian Games gold medalists and last edition runners-up Satvik Sairaj Ranki Reddy and Chirag Shetty add another India Open trophy to their cabinet. Meanwhile, Lakshya Sen is also keen on winning the crown in the presence of fans, as his title-winning performance in 2022 was behind closed doors due to the COVID-19 pandemic that had induced ban on spectators' entry into the stadium that year. A series of last-minute withdrawals, however, have forced the organisers to shuffle the draw. Kiran George and Kidambi Srikanth, in fact, came in from the reserves after top seed Shi Yuki, who won the Malaysian Open on Sunday, and Indonesian Anthony Ginting. They withdrew late on Monday evening.
This is the first tournament, of course, yes, after marriage and also New Year. So everything is new. And I haven't played the Indian Open last year due to the injury. So for me, I think it's definitely going to be very special, and especially happening in India. So I'm really looking forward for it. You know, it's 7:50 this time, and really looking forward for it. And I think it's going to start soon. That's from tomorrow. So I hope I do well and give my best. It feels really good when people take us as an inspiration and want to, take badminton as a profession. And it's always nice that, people looking at us, of course, as Chirag said, there are a lot of fans coming and watching our matches. And, by seeing our matches, a lot of people get the confidence that, yes, even we can do it. So I think that itself boosts them that confidence and gives them that confidence that, yes, even we can do it. And it feels really great as players that we did something for the nation, and also the youngsters also are following our footsteps. So it feels always really nice and great that there are a lot more youngsters who are coming up and will definitely do something and give something to the nation. And I think it's always good to see a lot of youngsters. And of course, as you said, as Sir also mentioned, that there is a large contingent this time in Indian Open. And I'm assuming there will be a lot more youngsters looking at us and taking us as an inspiration.
And in fact, Sindhu has won her first round game as well, so it's been a good start for her. And hopefully, it'll be a good start for Lakshya Sen, who will now face world number 14 Ling Chuyi of Chinese Taipei in his opening match. He's excited to play in front of the home crowd. Listening to what he had to say on the eve of the tournament.
Last year was a bit tough for me as well, coming this close to a medal and then missing out. But yeah, I think for me the fire inside, it's still burning, and I want to come back stronger from that and do well in the next this year, and then leading up to the next Olympics. And yeah, I think it was tough, but yeah, I think I'm looking forward, and the fire inside is me still burning to do well in the. Overall, it was a good experience. The matches that I played, a lot of the matches, like even the quarterfinals, even starting from the second round, third round at the Olympics, those were like really pressure matches. So I think, yeah, that experience will help me grow as a player in the coming years. And yes, there'll be a lot more added pressure going forward. But yeah, I just want to again focus on the things that I can do best.
And then the doubles pair of Satvik Sairaj Ranki Reddy and Chirag Shetty, they were out of action for a major part of 2024 after the Paris Games. They made a strong comeback in the Malaysia Open Super 1000 last week, reaching the semi-finals, and are determined to repeat their 2022 India Open title-winning performance. Listen in.
Last year we played the finals here, and I think to see that crowd, the people that turned up at the stadiums, I think it was incredible because, like you said, as athletes, you want to play in those stadiums where there is a massive crowd that has turned up, and to be playing in that KD Jadhav Hall with so many people turning up in the finals, I think it was incredible. I think not just in the finals, but even throughout the week, there were many people turning up in huge numbers to support the Indian contingent, and I think I hope this year too we see even bigger crowds turn up and cheer for the Indian team.
Every match it's getting tougher and tougher every time. Even when you are playing back-to-back tournaments, and when you are having so many tournaments, then you have to prepare really well and take care of your body, and it's not easy. So last time when we played Malaysia final, then again we played India Open finals. That was really tough. But again, this time we played semis there, and this time we want to do well, better than the last time. So we are ready, and hopefully we'll give our 100%.
Every tournament that we play, we try to go as deep into the tournament as possible, and likewise for India Open, especially being the home tournament, I think we really want to play as deep into the tournament as possible, and hopefully go one better than we did last year. And I think as far as playing in different conditions. I think it takes a while, obviously. The first rounds especially are quite tricky. Once you clear that, I think you get used to the conditions, especially during the on-court sessions and all. And some stadiums are fast, some stadiums are slow, but I think as professional athletes, having been in the circuit for almost 7-8 years now, I think we are sort of used to it now. Yeah, I think to have Tan coach back, I think after almost 5-6 years, I think he was the one who actually paired both me and Satvika back in 2016, and a lot of the credit goes to him for all our achievements so far.
Okay, moving on to tennis, and Daniil Medvedev destroyed a net camera and broke his racket as he battled to control his emotions in a 5-set duel against the little-known Kazitesh Samres in the first round of the Australian Open. A 3-time finalist in Melbourne, Medvedev furiously hit his racket against the camera in the middle of the net after falling behind in the third set. The Thai wildcard Samres was in sight of the biggest win of his career on his Grand Slam debut. Medvedev faced the threat of the most surprising defeat in the Australian Open first round, but Samres, who has never previously competed at an ATP Tour event, started to struggle physically, and the Russian regained his composure to win the match 6-2, 4-6, 3-6, 6-1, 6-2. The fifth seed has made 5-set matches a habit in Melbourne, with this being his fourth in a row after blowing a 2-set lead against Yannick Sinner in last year's final. Medvedev on the whole thing said, and I quote, "I know that I play better when I play more tennis, so why play 1 hour 30 minutes? It's minimum 3 hours to feel my shots better and to have a good sensation. Second and third set, I couldn't touch the ball. Full power, everything in. I didn't know what to do. I watched his matches and I didn't see this level, or his level. So I was surprised. If he plays like this every match, life will be good. Money, girls, casino, whatever." Medvedev began shouting at his coach as early as the second set before his emotions really came to the fore in the third, when he went to break down. After an unfortunate net court went against him, Medvedev repeatedly whacked the middle of the net, destroying his racket and the camera. The visual feed from the camera immediately cut out, and a ball kid had to sweep up the pieces that had broken off. Just as Medvedev looked on course for his earliest exit in Melbourne since his Grand Slam debut in 2017, Samres faltered physically. On to football, and Real Madrid are hoping that home comfort will help the team get over yet another embarrassing loss to Barcelona. After the 5-2 defeat in the Spanish Super Cup final on Sunday in Saudi Arabia, Real Madrid have a run of 3 home games over 7 days. The home run begins on Thursday against Celta Vigo in the Copa del Rey pre-quarterfinals. La Palma's visit on Sunday in La Liga, and then Salzburg on January 22nd in the Champions League. Coach Carlo Ancelotti, he wants his team to perform better. He said, and I quote, "We're sad and disappointed. We have no option but to look forward and try to regain the good momentum that we had until this match against Barcelona. We didn't defend well. That hurt us. They scored easily." Ancelotti won't count on forward Vinicius Jr. for the La Liga game against La Palmas because of a red card suspension. The club's appeal of the player's 2-game suspension was denied yesterday. Real Madrid have won 5 in a row across all competitions before this latest loss against Barcelona. The Catalan side also routed Real Madrid 4-0 at the Santiago Bernabeu in October in La Liga. Midfielder Luka Modric, he said, and I quote, "We have to stick together to be a team and react the same as we did after losing to them in La Liga. We showed a reaction, and I hope we will react to this tough defeat because we don't think we would lose like this." It's good that the Copa game is coming up soon and we won't have much time for regrets. It's not nice to see your greatest rivals score 9 goals in 2 matches, but I'm sure that we are going to recover. We need to remain united and keep working hard. We are still going to give our fans a lot of reason to celebrate It's a long season. Madrid are second at the halfway point in the Spanish league, 1 point behind city rivals Atletico Madrid and 5 points ahead of third place Barcelona. In the Champions League, Madrid are 20th in the 36-team league phase of the competition. Former world heavyweight champion Tyson Fury, he announced his retirement from the sport after losing his rematch for WBA, WBO and WBC world heavyweight titles against Alexander Usyk last month. Fury had criticized the judges and said they made a mistake in awarding a unanimous decision win to Ukrainian Usyk after he failed to regain his heavyweight world championship belts. The 36-year-old Briton had earlier announced his retirement after beating Dillian White in 2022, but returned 6 months later. He'd also announced retirements in 2013 and 2017 on social media, but both were short-lived. Fans had been hopeful for a potential fight between Fury and fellow Brit Anthony Joshua, but his retirement now stops those discussions. Fury's career record stands at 34 wins, 2 losses and 1 draw, with 24 knockouts. The losses to Usyk are the only blemishes on his otherwise stellar career, which began in 2008. He was held to a draw by American boxer Deontay Wilder in 2018. Fury's retirement, though uncertain, marks the end of a significant chapter in British boxing history.
Hi everybody, I'm going to make this short and sweet. I'd like to announce my retirement from boxing. It's been a blast. I've loved every single minute of it, and I'm going to end with this. Dick Turpin wore a mask. God bless everybody. See you on the other side. Get up!
Unless it is not, unless he decides to come back. He has done that in the past, but will he do it again? I'm sure his fans will be hoping for that. With that, we've come to the end of this edition. Hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.